4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
G'day, and welcome to yet another cast. This time we have the division of what I call my problematic children of A West already straight into the game. Our Sky Temple will go over bans later, but apparently we are just getting straight into it, so let me swap it over to the draft screen. So we have Rendition Inquisition facing off against CM After Dark. CM After Dark won coin toss and chose first pick, so we do have map pick of Sky Temple chosen by Rendition Inquisition. Also, I have had a horrible realization that my Twitch is decided to not do something, and I am terrified. Right. Mute this. Right, so you see Garrosh is banned out first. A pretty good start to bans. Pretty much standard to say the least. And we see Joanna banned out next. Also to anyone that... Oh god, I have to make an apology now, don't I? Oh dear. Anduin is being banned out next by the side of CM After Dark. What are we going to ban? Blue? What are we going to ban? And Falstad is the fourth ban. Second ban for Rendition Inquisition. So relatively straightforward ban so far. Don't want globals. I'm missing maybe some other, taking out some other key players in the game. So should be a fun one to watch. But where are we going to go first? Brightwing. Pretty safe first pick. Well, yeah. Good global hero. Decent healing. Will definitely get him through the game. And it is Death Punisher picking up that one, which I actually don't know who the healer is now. I've been saying this out loud. I don't really know what positions each people are and such. I'm just here for the ride. But I am actually going to have to go and apologize to a few teams.
Hunt them down.
And we do see Jaina and Hogger picked up. So two pretty good starting heroes. I do like it. But what next will we see? Still a bit too early to talk about comps. Jaina just very good at taking camps. Same for Hogger. Both very good at that general idea. Tracer and Sylvanas picked up. It seems like a very early Tracer pickup. She's someone that can be countered relatively easily. So by no means is it going to be a straightforward fight for Tracer. Jonas is definitely going to have to do some work as coming into the later game, but we'll see where it goes. Third ban now for Rendition. Thank you, Venus, for the 69 biddies. And we do see that it is Sonya picked up, banned out from Rendition Inquisition. And we do see Stukov is the final ban for CM After Dark. Sorry, give me a moment. And now Lucio and Cassia picked up. Okay, so we're starting to get formation of the comps now. Very much I understand now why Garrosh is banned out. Because, well, you don't really want a Garrosh to be speed boosted at you, as that is usually a bad time. And, well, Cassia, just pretty good. In general, we may see something like Drana is also banned out, so maybe not. We'll guess we'll see. Also, what up is War? Hope you're doing well. Our last two picks from CMF Duck, we see ETC picked up by Target, and Gazlo picked up by Wieners. So pretty good point control hero from both of them. Not the biggest combo potential, so it should be interesting to see where it goes. Last pick now. Chip Crunk is having a good old think about it. Looks like we're going to get Tank, hopefully. And we have May to round out. May is not something I've seen very often this NGS season at all. Actually, I think she is not doing as hot as other tanks, but it is something that is still can do very well in the right hands. And hopefully, for Chip Crunk, their hands are the right ones. So, we'll be interested to see where we go from here. I'm definitely looking forward to this series. But what I'm going to do is I am going to prime it to swap on over to in-game, and I'll see you guys once we're on the other side of it. So catch you all in a few moments.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light
Leave that
bulb.
here. Four-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, here's Light Bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man Light Bomb. They're going to follow up, and they're going to get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead. Ceaseless.
Right, so we have Rendition Inquisition facing off against CMF Dark with their AOS game. We have Nihilist on the Cassia, Chip Crunk on the Joe, Hurin Felion is on... It may be a little bit low in all honesty. It's sometimes a bit temperamental, and I can just turn this up, and hopefully that sounds much better. As I said, Felion is on the Hogger, Ozboy on Lucio, and I think Robot Ninja's the only one I haven't mentioned is on the Jaina. And on the other side, we do have Weenus on Gazlo, Yonas on Tracer, Death Punisher on the Brightwing, Tiger on ETC, and Aura on the Sylvanas, which it's already been sniffed out that they're trying this cheese, and they are going to start taking that tower. And I need to zoom out because that felt weirdly close. But hey, it is at least a start. And we do see that it is going to be picked up at first by at least a little bit of tower damage by the side of CM After Dark, but it's not the Underworld as if it doesn't go down. However, we can see a very dead Hogger, and Gazlo has been abandoned bottom just to do his part. See Jonas coming down to help Weenus, maybe relieve him of the lane. But no, we do see it's just going to be the tag team duo of a Goblin and a British lady just taking out that bottom bit. We see Jonas is just going to do a little couple blinks, think about where they're going to go. Camp is being started by the side of Rendition Inquisition. Welcome back, and hope you're doing well today. And we do now see Tiger and Jonas are going to start doing back camp. Oh, thank you, Gimme More, for the raid as well. Hope you're doing well this evening. Heyo, indeed. Right, we can see now that actually the side of Rendition Inquisition is going to get quite aggressive onto it. Tiger trying to hold out them, but no. Chip Crunk and the rest of the team are going to try muscling out Tiger. Tiger going to need to be pushed out. Phase shift doesn't actually go off in time. It is cancelled by Chip Crunk's slide. And that will be Tiger going down. Both Bruiser camps actually being taken by Rendition Inquisition. A very good aggressive start from the teams. Right, let me swap it back on over to here. And thank you, Rackham, for follow. Same for you, War. Right, level 4s are through for the side of Rendition Inquisition first, as they did have kind of that advantage leading into it immediately. We do see that top siege is already taken down, but not before a third of that tower, that fort goes down. And we do see now Nihilist being slid, losing their armor temporarily, or for it to come back not long after. Meanwhile, there's a nice little fight top between Weenus and Hurin Felion, which I always love a little bit of a off-lane fight. We can see Weenus is actually getting relatively low. The loot horde wasn't quite going to take them out there, but hey, at least it was a solid effort. Nice slide by Tiger, getting a nice double stun. Robot Ninjas is being dropped backwards, and we see Jonas actually having to move out as they got relatively low. Tiger is trying to escape as well. Ozboy and Robot Ninjas chasing him down, but yeah, that's the thing. Lucio makes it quite hard for anyone to escape. But right, objectives coming up in a few moments. We see Gazlo starting their camp. We see that the rest of the, actually most of the side of Rendition Inquisition is on their own. May is just kind of left to do their own thing. It's honestly, May's not the easiest person to kill in the world. She can actually just kind of slide on out and honestly still be fine. Jonas is going to do their best to clear this up, just peppering it down. And we can see now objectives are starting up. No one's really contesting mid. They're just letting that go over to Rendition Inquisition. But top, her and Felian is having to deal with Death Punisher and Tiger as well. Robots Ninjas are up. We do see that is Sylvanas join now. Tiger actually taking a lot of damage. Phase Shift is actually going to hit by Death Punisher this time, as they are getting chased by a very strong force of Rendition Inquisition. Ween is getting boot back in. Isn't quite going to go down there. Nice slide by Tiger. However, did get hit by the Sky Guardian, well, the Temple Guardians, I should say. And unfortunately for Tiger, that will be them going down. Or while we do see the side of CM After Dark trying their best to defend and kill the enemy camp, Death Punisher nearly pushed back into it by OSG Boy? This is probably something that is a reference to some American thing that I don't know enough about, but hey, it does make it much, sometimes not being American makes it much more difficult for me to know what is happening at any given point. We do see Tracer recalls, does have a double blink to get out, and will just not need to use a third one even if she has it, but will at least be able to continue fighting. We're getting a lot of retreat pings here. We do see now the 4-man of CM wanting to push in. Her and Felian has been left with him. Now, well, we can see we're getting now aggressive plays by Rendition Inquisition, immediately going for the camp of CM After Dark, and they will take it. Cassette all while pushing this building. So we're going to get a building trade, likely by Rendition and CM, because they're not quite either wanting to give up too much value of their own time. And we see Phase Shift comes out onto Tracer. Yona's getting healed up, and we can see that reveal circle, meaning we know roughly where everyone is. Despite, okay, we see that they're also just running down bottom fort, and that will be fort for fort now taken. I wonder if we're just going to get all these trades every time. Gazlo is backing. Weenus does need health. He's going like, you know what? Safety for me, mate. Just going to back on out of here, be on fine. See, Chip Crunk is safe soaking, just staying mounted, getting that soak. And meanwhile, Sea Giants are once again taken by Rendition Inquisition. So they are looking very strong coming into this already. They have taken this early game by the horn, so to speak. Tiger being unfortunately on the receiving end of that and taking a decent amount of damage. Nice W by Tiger, meaning they are able to keep walking out. Jaina getting what damage they can onto them. Only 4,000 through their Frostbite stack so far, but they are getting up there in that. And we can see now it is heroics through almost half a level, over half a level earlier for Rendition. You can see Jaina actually getting really low, but no, that will actually be ETC going down. That lightning ball and just Cassie in general able to finish off ETC. Tiger is getting a little bit bullied this game, but by no means are they going to be out of it yet. Also going to look at heroics real quick. We do see Ice Wall picked up by May, High Five, Lucio, Shockwave, Hogger, Summon, Water Elemental on Jaina, and Lightning Ball on Cassie. On the other side, we have Wailing Arrow by the Sylvanas, Mosh ETC, Blink Heal Brightwing, Pulse Rounds Tracer? Yes, Pulse Rounds on Tracer, and Gravo Bomb 3000 on Weenus, who will be going down. Which, unfortunate timing if you're Weenus, not quite used to getting as handled as this, but it does happen sometimes. Now we see the 4-man pushing in, Boy getting relatively low, Tiger getting a nice solo mosh onto Jaina, however damage isn't quite there to follow up. Nice Wailing Arrow keeping Lucio from keeping that speed boost, not speed boost, but that's amp it up happening. Aura barely gets out. Nice E. Haunting Wave saving them. Tiger gets a nice slide through the enemy team, but however, that is a cow on an island, and that island unfortunately is sinking as the cow goes down. Aura is backing. Polymorph happening by Death Punisher. Death Punisher not quite able to... Polymorph going on to Boy. Boy not quite finding the boop on the Death Punisher they may be needing. Weenus now is the one in danger. Phase Shift going out of him. Nice insta-cleanse. Weenus now needing to run back through their turrets, trying their best to hold on. And no, we just see Gravo coming out. Nice follow-up stun. We do see a decent amount of damage on Boy and Nihilus, but that is still Weenus just being chased down forever. Living far longer than I thought they would, but will eventually go down. Poor Weenus. And this is a very good start from Rendition Inquisition, doing what they can just to get the damage out immediately and quickly. We can see Aura, meanwhile, is doing camp. Tiger is in danger. Ice Wall actually zoning them in. Phase Shift not even be able to go off in time, and Aura has to back out to safety. Right, Aura is going to back out. Watermelon Elemental was dropped to say the least also on that. It did get the kill on ETC. Maybe not necessary, but hey, it does help sometimes. Right, Gazlo has started their camps. Turret's doing the best to tank it for him. Gazlo not quite want to lose his health. Man, I love Wieners. He's such a good dude sometimes. I just like, happy. I forgot he was on this team. It just so happens out this way. And also, we do now see the Sand Golem, I believe it's called. Sandstone Golem. I don't know. It's something along the lines of that. Is going to be pushing into the towers. Does get both towers. Does get gate. But not too much more. Meanwhile, Chip's Crunk does push into there. We do see Top Bruiser is tanking while 2 Siege Giants are going to be... 4 Siege Giants to say, but 2 Siege Giant camps are going to be pushing down the side of CM After Dark as well. Right, we do see the wave being cleared by Aura and friends. CM After Dark, I guess I should call them. That probably makes a bit more sense than Aura and friends. But no, we will see that objectives are up and are going to start being capped by Rendition. As we do see Nihilist on top, we do see Huron Thalion sitting around bottom, but not quite one step in. Does definitely want Giannis' blood, though. Walked out just to see if he can get a good old slap and a good little easy throw. Dynamite directly on the head, but didn't quite find it there. Meanwhile, we can see Death Punisher was pushed out. Gonna phase shift onto Tiger, and here comes the next fight. Basically, all heroics are up. Chip Crunk is getting very aggressive. Does have Ice Wall up, but not always what you want to do if you're going to run into... Actually, this is a very aggressive Mei. I do like the positioning of them. It's usually you see a lot more safe play from Mei, but here, not as much. Does drop the Unstop already. We do see now also Water Elemental was dropped and is going to get burned down. Huron Thalion is in a bit of an awkward position. If they do decide to push onto them, that is a decent amount. But no, we see Robot Ninjas is going to slowly go down. Jonas was unable to find him, and the Wailing Arrow wasn't able to finish him either. That's unfortunate if you are the side of CM After Dark. However, keep in mind, they do serve Mosh up. There may be a turnaround. Nice slide by Tiger. Tiger gets to live. They walk back in, hit a nice double Mosh, but there is going to be the stun coming up in just a few moments. However, there's an excellent grab bomb by Weenus. That is 1, 2, 3 members of the side of CM After Dark down, and that is the turnaround there. CM After... Well, actually, sorry. 3 members of Random Inquisition... Rendition Inquisition down. 4th, Jaina being picked up right at the end, and that is the momentum shift that CM After Dark needed. And now they do have something such as Aura on Sylvanas to get that pressure going and push in as much as they can. Yep, so Tiger, Jonas, Aura, all going to start pushing in there. Don't have Black Arrows now, but Tiger does have pretty good self-sustain with Guitar Hero. As the more they auto, the more they get to keep healing. But not going to go with a cooldown reduction on it with those autos. Not really any need to. But that one fight there was what CM After Dark needed, and they were able to build so much pressure off of that. Oh, my shoulder hurts, man. To any of those who have been following me recently, they know I injured my shoulder, and sometimes when we get late in the day, it does hurt, so I'm going to have to take a little bit break between these. Well, I'm going to mute myself between these games so I can just quickly have a little painkiller and drink. But that was a big fight indeed, I6, and that was exactly what the team needed. As you can see, camps are now being taken up by Rendition Inquisition. And actually, I was going to say, first time, maybe CM After Dark gets their own, but no, not going to quite do that. And yeah, we do see Encore by Tiger, which, good. Sometimes you do need that, as it does definitely help you get away with a lot. Tiger holding aggressive. We see a little bit of uncertainty. Now we're into the later stages of the game of what Rendition Inquisition should be doing. But it seems like CM After Dark is definitely deciding to start upping the pace and actually making it a bit more difficult. Tracer does try to get a little bit of damage onto not Ice6, but Oscar Boy, and Oscar Boy does push him out. Chip Crunk getting aggressive. They do have Ice Wall. All heroics are up. That is W pop. That is Ice Wall pop. That is a lot of cooldowns already used by Chip Crunk. We see Weenus getting a nice Gravo Bomb, and that will be the Hogger going down. Tiger also looking for a nice mosh. There it is, getting 2 members. Chip Crunk no interrupt this time. And we really see CM After Dark coming alive. We've finally entered those after hours. CM After Dark is absolutely thriving in this situation. Robot Ninjas will go down. Chip Crunk able to hold on. Does get a nice blind aura turning off 4, and that will likely be a very strong push now coming out from CM After Dark. Chip Crunk is going to see what they can do to stall them. They don't have Ice Wall up. They don't really have too many abilities. Death Punisher does polymorph the May for the efforts, and we can see now an end call is being made by CM After Dark. Blind coming out onto Brightwing. Yona's running down. Chip Crunk does drop out on the W, so they are safe. Not going to find too much damage from him. However, Core is going down. Yona's getting face shifted onto, but keep in mind, respawn's coming in. This Core has to go down in the next 5 seconds or so, because otherwise it may be a bit too much, but it looks like the fort will go, well, actually, Core will go down, and map 1, with 2 very decisive fights, goes to CM After Dark. GG called by both sides. Well played, guys. Well played. Let's go over the game summary. Stats. Pretty good. Rendition Inquisition had definitely a good early game, but it did kind of drop off near the end as the tides just around that 15-16 mark. CM After Dark did just get one very good fight and were able to just go off of that. So looking at it, in terms of Siege, Sylvanas did very well, 111k, while Hogger had the most of the other side. Tracer and actual Hogger were the 2 highest soak for either side. Jen had most hero damage for Rendition Inquisition, while CM After Dark, Sylvanas got that 30k. So, let's have a look at talents real quick. Everything kind of makes sense. I'm not a good enough Hogger to really go, yeah, this makes sense, and just nod my head like, yeah. No, I have no clue how Hogger works. Jaina build, Ice Flows. I do like Ice Flows build a lot. Again, I'm not the best Jaina though, so don't take my word as gospel about what level 7 is the best by any means. Sylvanas, I've seen that quite a bit. Same for Brightwing. Interesting, we see the Peekaboo is not something you see as often recently, but still a good shield, a good sizable shield. Nevertheless, I'm always bad with that. But anyway, we did also see Wieners did go that kind of spell power combo build, which worked out well for them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly put myself on mute and put some music on while I go over to map view while the next map gets organized. I'm going to quickly do something to help my shoulder, but I'll be back with you guys in a few moments. Hopefully not too long, so be right back. Right, let me pause that music because I am back. I need to tick off that we have that CM After Dark won the first map, and the second map is actually going to be Battlefield of Eternity, which I'm always a fan of this. Who has first pick? Who did map pick? I'm going to tick Battlefield of Eternity was picked. I believe it's picked by Rendition Inquisition. They are going with a map pick, which I do like when teams choose map pick, because it definitely has its advantages. If you're definitely more comfortable on a map than you think the opposition is, hell, take that map, take them to that map, which I think Rendition Inquisition is like, actually this map we can do, and I'd like to see them take it to CM After Dark, make this a free map series, because I do love a good free map series. Definitely adds more tension in the air to say the least. So, Battlefield of Eternity. So, largely going to be team fight and objective, which are two things I love. Not my favorite. Love me some macro. Personal, I just love running around Starhacker going wee, speeding just around at the speed of sound, going the Sonic build. I actually should get a blue Dahaka skin. Race car Dahaka, good Dahaka. Love it. But it looks like we are having a little bit of a wait as other people are taking their time as well. And I just won't say ready. I won't try and confuse anyone. I'm going to wait till everyone says ready and then I'll say ready as well. But I am ready basically whenever they are. But I do not want to confuse anyone because obviously I get confused easily enough and I'm the one talking my ass off over there. And the other teams are just at least just sitting in their discords discussing their next move, going, yes. Like a weird game of chess. Where the bands of the pawns and the heroes are. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm going to be honest. I have no clue where I'm going with this analogy. I just kind of rant and sometimes it works out. Sometimes I go, what the hell am I on about? Which anyone who knows me will know that kind of summarizes me excellently. Either the people I live with or people I'm friends with on Discord. But other than that, we see Aura says, give captain to Tiger, which I do recall Tiger being captain last time. And right, I'm going to put down cast already as well. And we'll see how that goes. But if I remember this time, hopefully, I'll do predictions. I'm already just going to pull that up next to me ready to go. Because I am so bad at remembering those. But I guess it's because I have shiny new toy that I haven't used as much. Which probably makes sense. But looks like we are getting into it. So let me swap on over into the game. Or into the draft at least. As we can see, Rendition Inquisition did choose map pick, so CM After Dark will have first pick this time. Again. I don't know why I said this time, it's again. They had it last time. Good work, me. Good work, Lime. Great work. Claps. Well done. Pucky, if we're going to go with Morty. Anyway, first ban. I imagine we'll see very similar bans as to last time, just because it worked out for CM After Dark. May as well. 20 seconds left on the clock. Let's see. Yep, Garrosh banned first. I guess Chip Crunk must be a Garrosh main. That's probably the easiest guess to make. Oh, they're going to constantly ban Garrosh. Must be a Garrosh man on the team. Yeah, no. Obviously, Lime, that is how it works. And Vala banned this time. Good idea. Vala, amazing on race. Just amazing hero in general. If you can protect her. And this map definitely is something that can feed into her. One of the less popular builds, but my favorite one of Q build. Welcome, Ghost Chop. I hope you're doing well this evening, I suppose. Right. Next pick. Or next ban. What are we getting? Drumroll. Stukov. Love a good Stukov ban. And I actually just love playing Stukov in general. That silence puddle does so much to really ruin a lot of plans for the opposition team. Because it just... Oh, it's so annoying to go into sometimes. And that's why I've been playing Stukov again recently. Right. Joanna. So we did see Joanna was banned last time, so I guess it must be quite a comfortable one for Tiger. But hey, I guess when you get heroes banned out, you're going to get good at other heroes. And they did definitely start showing off in that ETC and that mid to late game on Sky Temple. But where are we going to go this time? Maybe a damage first? Something good at race? Nope, we do indeed get Anduin first. A pretty safe healer pick. Doesn't show what your plan is probably the big thing. We can go, maybe they're going to go this. But no, we do see Brightwing picked up by OSG Boy. OSG Boy? I know, but Nihilist picks up Lunara. Lunara, one of those heroes that can be very good at race when you get natural toxins, I'm going to call it now. And then part of me in my head, because I made fun of a Lunara player recently in my chat when I was doing replay reviews, not replay views, but replay casts, part of me in my head going, I hope that's it, because I've been told many times. But then we see Sylvanas and Diablo picked up. I do like this map for Diablo. A lot of wolves in close proximity. Diablo can get a lot of charges. And Sylvanas, just always in general, a good hero, especially if you know how to play her. I wish I knew how to play her. Every time I try, I just feed and go, not touching her again for like another 2-3 weeks. Which, it happens. Right, next ban for the side of Rendition Inquisition is, a little bit of drum roll, which... Tracer. Yep, Tracer. Well, wasn't a... Well, sometimes can be quite countered, depending on what you go. Did still very well the last map, despite being an early pick. Tracer is a hero that I had a little bit of experimentation with in the off-season, and didn't go great. Turns out, don't have high ping and play Tracer. It just doesn't work well for you. But last ban for the side of CM After Dark, what is it going to be? Imperious. Oh, why are you denying me an Imperious game, guys? That would have been so fun to watch, but I know Imperious can be a very good setup for damage and actually has a lot of kill potential on their own, so may as well get rid of it now, because I don't know what the side of Rendition Inquisition can pull out of their pocket at any given moment. But we do see Tassadar picked up, not known for the race, but can still do very well, and I believe Varian is picked up. With Varian, I'm surprised Tracer was banned. In saying that, it could be like Twin Blade, and that just instantly throws me off. But like Taunt Varian can do a lot. Li Ming has pretty good race if we see that Q build. Weenus, what are you going to go, bud? Is it going to be a Gazlo again? Oh, what else could there be? Oh, Artanis, go. Go, Weenus, Artanis. I believe in you. Artanis. Yes! Yes! Let's go! I love it. Good on you, Weenus. Good on you, bud, for going that one. Love to see it. Don't get to see Artanis very often, but do appreciate it when we do. So the question now is Heron going a tank or a bruiser? I imagine they're going a bruiser, but if we see them going a tank, there may just be a quick swap between Chip Crunk and Hurin Thalion. Mirrodin, yep. So we're going to get an off-lane Varian, maybe a Twin Blade, maybe a Smash. It'll be a bit hard to tell until we see that happen. But otherwise, I'm looking forward to this. And yep, we can see Hurin and Chip Crunk did swap. And I'm going to go quickly just ping one of my friends as there's an Artanis, and he loves Artanis. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to put the opening roll on, and I'll see you guys in the game. Stay glassing.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light bomb.
Here. 4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, here's Light Bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man Light Bomb. They're going to follow up, and they're going to get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead.
Right, so let's start with it. Oh, nice. The player has a boost in this match. Look at the team player Weenus, having a boost. But predictions. Before I forget it. Start prediction. What team will win? Rendition and CM. I'm not doing full names. You guys can go off that. 2 minutes to predict. There you go. But on the right hand side of CM After Dark, we have Yonas on Li Ming. Tiger is on the Diablo. Weenus on Artanis. Death Punisher on Anduin, and Aura on the Sylvanas. On the other side, we have, well, we're up here. Varian, Hurin Thalion is on Varian. We see Nihilus on Lunara. Phase shift coming out by Brightwing. Brightwing being OSG boy. And put himself in a little bit of a dangerous situation, but gets to hold on. Meanwhile, we see Chip Crunk goes Mirrodin hitting a nice hammer onto Weenus. Weenus can have him get pulled out by Death Punisher, the Anduin. And Chip Crunk is on Mirrodin. This should be an interesting one. The race, I believe, will be actually fairly close. I may put it in favor of... Yeah, wait. Never mind. I'm putting it in favor of Rendition Inquisition as we see Protect... Weenus! As you see, Protector of Aya is picked up at first. But otherwise, yeah, like, if we see Sledgehammer from Muradin, that's going to do a lot to it. If we see Twin Blade, Varian will do pretty well. Otherwise, natural Toxin, natural build-up, natural something or other, a problem for the Immortal there. So it's very much, we're going to get two different play styles happening here. I'm going to write this down to talk about Venus later. But we do actually see Brightwing goes down as we're going to get camp happening first. As Nihilus actually goes pretty low. Oh, it's too busy ranting at Venus for doing that. Chip Crunk takes the amount of damage, but does jump out. Robot Ninjas holding on as well. Why not a mature opponent? Right, gonna write that one down, ask Venus. We see Tiger getting a charge onto Chip Crunk. Chip Crunk going straight into their wall. We do see actually one tower is down. Meanwhile, Artanis only 6 stacks for Protector of Eye. Keep in mind, they're going to need roughly 500 to meet amateur opponents' Immortal race. Nice charge onto Chip Crunk as well. Chip Crunk just being constantly slammed into their own walls. And level 4s are coming through first to see them after dark. They have that camp advantage. They have the kill as well. And they already have a whole front gate down. Nice route by Death Punisher. But actually, looking at other stacks, we have Static Charge already at 60 from Tassadar. That's a pretty fast stacking rate for a Tassadar, but I guess everyone is kind of standing in the waves. Varian, we won't probably see anything come online for Varian for a little bit, but we actually see Colossus Smash picked up by Varian, and Venus, if he had AO, this would be a lot easier. There's Smash going. We do see a little fight coming up now. Let's have a look at this, and let's just zoom all the way in as we're going to get the eternal conflict happening here. Anduin actually, however, comes back to help, as well as Brightwing. We do see Piercing Light from Death Punisher hitting both OSG Boy as well as her and Thelian. OSG Boy gets absolutely charged into by Tiger, but the flip means they are able to get out. Maybe holding on to a bit longer would have worked out better, but at this point it's too late as Immortals are up and we need to get grooving. We need to get moving. We need to get schmoving. But yep. As we see Protector of Aya from Venus as well as Piercing Light Anduin. And as always, Diablo does have Soulstone baseline. There's the smash on the Death Punisher. Death Punisher does get hit by a actually pretty low mana. This may need to be a disengage, but Tiger goes for a stun on Nihilus. Gets pulled out by that Trust Issues button on Death Punisher, but Chip Crunk will go down before Brightwing can even get the phase shift off. And that is yet another kill going over the side. That was a misclick. That's yet another kill going over the side of CM After Dark. Maybe, don't listen to this if you are an Artanis main. Maybe Protector of Aya good? No. That was just a very good swap by Venus. He did great to hit that. Meanwhile, we do see that there is going to be the Immortal going bottom as well. Top lost all front gate, and bottom just a little bit of gate. Just a little bit of tower taken off the top. So not too much done there. Meanwhile, we do see now this camp being taken down. Basically a half shield Immortal pushing in as Belith is going to start running it down. And we do see Black Arrows is there with Aura to support it. And I imagine gates will get turned off in just a few moments. Yep, there we go. Gates being turned off. They are going to try to get through it. Muradin stunned. Chip Crunk standing at awkward position. Didn't want to get flipped into the Immortal stun. Miro, her and Thelian is now sitting in the back line. Hopefully Venus has communicated that there is a missing Varian. But it looks like Aura is now very aware of where Huron is. Jonas does get quick little blink. Aura has Haunting Wave up, does get out, but loses most of her health in the process. Electric Fence being used by Robot Ninjas. But that is still a pull coming out from Anduin. So with that, you've probably got a decent trade there of cooldowns. As that's a 75-second cooldown for a 12, 14-second cooldown? Can't quite recall. Which one are you for? 18, rather. But still much shorter than pull. You obviously Robot Ninjas is flipped. They aren't going to quite get the kill onto them. Nice stun by Muradin hitting Jonas directly in the head. And that will now be the team of CM After Dark. Kind of keeping control of this lane as Varian does get the face shift from Brightwing top. Venus having to back out, does stop in a bush, but will go down to her and Thelian as they get a little bit closer to completing High King's Quest. I love that both bruisers have basically gone, I want to smack each other. We want to smack each other as much as possible builds. With High King's Quest being, it was like, I need to auto attack you like 50 times, bro. And Artanis like, I need to auto attack you more, bro, to get up there. To get those mad auto attack gains. Nice blink in by Yonas. Actually, Robot Ninja's taking a decent amount of damage here. Nice pull, however, by Anduin, and that is a probably very alive Leeming that could have very much died. But yeah, this is actually going where expected. Like, maybe, sure, we don't see the, sorry, I'm just looking at talents. We don't see the Twin Blade that I kind of maybe thought would have appeared, but we do see Nature's Culling, which very much does quite a bit extra. 125% is nothing to sneeze at when it comes to siege damage, as well as Sledgehammer doing 350% more to the Immortal, also adding up quite a bit. Chip Crunk does get found by Weenus. Weenus does start to hit him more and more. We do see a nice charge coming out from Tiger, but however, is a Fire Lizard in the middle of nowhere. We see that as a smash, Varian getting smashed onto him. Death Punisher tries to keep him alive, however, the pull was already used on Weenus earlier, and that will be the second kill for Rendition Inquisition. And now we see that is Weenus in danger, Death Punisher almost dying, well, not being in the safest position process, having to back out and not get jumped on. Tiger getting slapped by Chip Crunk. Nice polymorph by Brightwing. And here we can see the Immortal is starting to be raced on. Nihilist and Robot Ninjas doing their damnedest to make sure it starts going down. Meanwhile, we can see Chip Crunk is found by a Tiger. Tiger completing, well, actually no, that's here just level 10 baseline, meaning they get to keep 25 souls being completed, not an actual quest being completed. Meanwhile, let's zoom all the way out because it looks like we're just going to have a straight up race. But here we see the race of Rendition Inquisition really coming in. As sure, it does look like CMF Dark is catching up. But keep in mind, Lunara started camp partway through that. That's why. And that is the second Immortal of the game going over to the side of Rendition Inquisition. To think about heroics, Weenus, what are you doing tonight, Weenus? Like, thank you for the bits before, but Purifier Beam. I'm sure there's some Artetis main who's either feeling, A, really vindicated with these picks, because this is one of the higher up divisions. This is A West. These guys do know how to play the game. But there's also someone going, why the hell did he choose Purifier Beam and Protector of Ire? We see Tiger is trying to zone out her and Felly and Chip Crunk following up for Hammer. We do see Smash going onto Tiger, but that's not going to be a dead Fire Lizard. That is just going to be an escaping Diablo. We do see Polymorph coming out onto Aura. Nice! Hollywood Salvation by Death Punisher. That actually, not something you see picked very often, but it did work out there. However, that's Anduin and Li Ming going down. But keep in mind that Rendition Inquisition very much had the early game last map as well. So, by no means is this going to be a guaranteed win here as well, either. And we do see Weenus is going to go down, and that is a very dead Weenus. Flip by Tiger, and actually Tiger go down next, and looks like we're going to have building being taken by Rendition Inquisition, getting both keeps. Well, getting 4 and keep of top lane. Opening up a win position actually relatively early on. Death Punisher getting a root onto Muradin. Electric Fence coming down. And that will be Rendition Inquisition taking 2 buildings here, where I thought initially it was only going to be 1. To quickly touch on heroics now while we're getting a little bit downtime, we have Avatar Muradin, Blink Heal, Brightwing. We have Colossus Smash on Varian picked up at level 4. We also have Archon Tassadar and Thornwood Vine on Lunara, which is interesting because we do have Splintered Spear. So very much going to try pump out as much poison as possible. We have the other side, now that I stop ranting about it, we have Purifier Beam on Weenus, which we'll see if that pays off. We have Wailing Arrow Sylvanas, we have Apocalypse Diablo, Wave of Force Leeming, and again, the big surprise, Hollywood Salvation on Anduin. Usually you see Light Bomb here, but hey, Hollywood Salvation can very much turn the tide of battle, especially when what? You have Polymorph and Muradin stun to stop it. That's about it. Varian can't stop it. Tassadar didn't go Black Hole, so they can't stop it. And who's the other one? Neither can Lunara, but Lunara never has a way to stop it. I do like the choice here by CM After Dark actually opening up the lane in return. We see her and Felian getting a charge onto the Shaman, smashing the Shaman as well. Meanwhile, Lunara is already racing onto the Punisher. We can see now the side of CM After Dark is looking for a fight instead. Aura pushes Q as they're running past. Just get a little bit of damage onto him. Just a little bit of damage, but not too much. Nice hammer from Mirrodin. We see Polymorph Fin coming out to Diablo. Then get Smash going out to Diablo. We see however APOC coming out. We see Wiener swapping him. And that is a lot coming out. We know there is an interrupt. Boy isn't in position. And that is a good salvation. That is a very dead Varian. That Varian actually almost had no choices in what they were got to do there. As soon as Tiger was out of that Polymorph, finally, that was really all she wrote from Varian. Varian just a little bit too late to follow up. You always see Tiger and Death Punisher here to interrupt what race they can. Nice route by Anduin. We see Tiger need to get pulled out, but Weenus goes in right as that happens, which I'm sure this healer's like, guys, please, guys, no, come on, just race. I don't want to die here. But no, we see Nihilist is starting race again, but we see now that Mirrodin Chipkrunk is getting a lot of damage pushed onto them. They do still have jump up. They do manage to jump out. We heard Varian. I thought I had Varian smash briefly. No, there it is. Tiger getting relatively low. Death Puncher trying to keep Tiger up, but no, Tiger took too much damage. Minus 25 armor is just a bit too much for the Diablo, especially when they don't have full Soul Stone. And we can actually see there's Artanis going down. Aura and Death Punisher relatively low as well, having to backpedal. Huron Felion charging right as Aura did use her Haunting Wave secondary to escape out. So you see what's possibly one of the longest Varian charges in the game. Oh, the retreat pin came out. Varian could have had that kill, but no, it looks like the side of Rendition Inquisition are just a bit too reserved there, and that is a Dead Lunara. I missed that completely. We hear Smash coming out. Tiger now in danger. We do see APOC coming out. Her and Felion running them down. Tiger still without that armor, as it's going to take too much damage. Robot Ninjas with their Archon reducing... What's it do again? Yeah, sorry. It reduces spell armor, so they just took a little bit too much, and we'll go down in the end. Which, it does happen from time to time. Unfortunate for the frontliner there of Diablo. Diablo just taking a bit more than they bargained for every single time. But keep in mind, this is where it turned around last map, albeit there is a much larger structure advantage for Rendition Inquisition this map than the last one. Fort is going down. We do see a nice beam by Tassadar. But we do see it is going to be Fort going down before Immortal. But the real question is, will Mortal go down before too much happens to Core? It looks like it will, just because of the side of Rendition Inquisition is backing out. So they're not going to really get the shield. I don't even think... Okay, guys, what the hell is this? Varian wants it. Varian does not want it. We see others want it. Let's zoom back out, because that's really annoying to watch. As you see, level 16s are now removed for both sides. CM After Dark was behind a bit, but I do definitely like this Rendition Inquisition. And if they can keep their foot down and keep their pedal to the metal, they should be able to take this map and bring us to a series 3. Fingers crossed. Let's go Braxis. No, I don't imagine we're going to see Braxis, but we see Osboy getting charged. They're getting chased by Mean Beam. However, that phase shift will remove them very far from it, so we'll not do too much. There's the Anduin ultimate. Everyone's healing back up. We see there's a little disengage there by Rendition, as they know it's not too much point fighting under that. Nice pull by Death Punisher, meaning Tiger gets to live another day. Nihilus actually getting relatively low, but Osboy holds on here. And Felion barely holding on, but no, it's actually Li Ming who goes down first. Then Death Punisher's taken down by Tassadar as well. Meanwhile, Nihilus is below, does get flipped. Will Nihilus go down? Yep, we do see Diablo taking it out, but that will be them going down. Aura a bit too low. Does have double Haunting Wave, does teleport to it, but the question is, will they be able to escape? What do they have as level 16? They have the Q move speed. Chipkrunk, however, is closing on them. That's a good polymorph, and that will be Sylvanas going down before they can get to the Haunting Wave, and that looks like it will be an end call by the side of Rendition Inquisition as they start running at core. This catapult decided this tower can go away, but the rest of it, well, these two cannons just really don't know how to focus, but that is the side of Rendition Inquisition going core, and that will be the second game of the series, unless anything wild happens, goes over to the side of Rendition Inquisition. GG call by both sides. Oh, it looks like people favored Rendition this time. Interesting. Right, let me swap it to game summary. Right, so having a look at stats. Tassadar did most siege and most hero damage in the game. Actually beating out Sylvanas on siege and Li Ming on hero damage. In terms of kills, Rendition did have that advantage as well. Otherwise, so I'm just having a look at things, just timing things correctly. And yep, there it is. Choose outcome. Rendition gets those points as they took the map. Complete prediction. Other than that, we did have most soak by Varian. So good stuff there. And let's have a look at talents and see what stands out, which we already know. I've talked about it already this game. It's interesting Protector of Io, but I guess the team fight was really needed in the end by CM After Dark. But I do still question the Purify Beam at 10. Looking at what else we had. Phase Shift build by Brightwing, very classic one. I did like the Varian build. It's not often you see High King's Quest with Colossus Smash, but hey, it did work out for them. Wait, did I immediately start a prediction? That looks weird. No. Right, closing that. And I guess I'm just keeping an eye on things just to make sure when the next one happens. Otherwise, this is not a talent you see very common. I have an Executor's Will. I do like it. I do like that pickup. It's a nice change of pace. Otherwise, swap build. Yep, everything else makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap it over to my map view screen. I'm going to mark it off this as Rendition Inquisition one, and we wait patiently to see what happens next. What is a map do we think we'll see next? So we've had Sky Temple, a bigger objective style map. We've had Battlefield of Eternity, a smaller, still very objective styled map. My guess is if Rendition's map picking, we're going to get another objective styled map, which I can't think of off the top of my head, because I can't remember all the maps off the top. Wait, I have a list right in front of me. I can just click. Maybe we see something such as Towers of Doom? Nope, that was banned. Volskaya? More team fighting. CM After Dark seems to be doing very well in the team fight, so maybe not. Autorac Braxis was banned, wasn't it? Yeah. Dragonshire, maybe one that's picked up. I'm just waiting to see. Both teams are still heavily thinking about it. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be either Dragonshire or Infernal Shrines. That's my guess. Maybe Volskaya, but I feel like it's going to be Dragonshire or Infernal Shrines. I always want to do a poll for that, but I don't think it's going to be Cursed. Not many people pick Cursed Hollow. I'm just like watching them like, what are you doing, kids? What are you doing? Ugh, show me what you got. I cannot do that smoker voice when I have a dry throat. No, don't do that voice when you've been this far through casting. Oh, crikey, that made my eyes water. Right, let's keep an eye on things and see where we're going. Where's Weenus? Oh, well, never mind. Ghost Shop was right. Cursed Hollow it is. Which, macro-styled map. Interesting. In saying that, the macro for Rendition and Inquisition has been pretty good. With the comps that CM After Dark has been running, it may almost prefer them. It'll be a bit hard to... AV, what does AV mean? Alterac Valley. It's Alterac Pass, Dixie. But it is Cursed Hollow, yes. I didn't think it was going to be, but here we are. We are just waiting for a few more members of the teams to get in the lobby. I'll just note that caster is ready. I'm typing. Where am I typing? I can't even see where I'm typing. Caster is ready when you guys are. But I imagine we're going to see Sylvanas banned up this time. That Sylvanas is probably not something you want to leave up on a big map, especially if you know someone does like it a lot, like Aura. Aura's been doing pretty well with it so far. But what are you wanting to ban on the other side? Dahaka maybe you don't want to see? You don't want to see those globals again? Well, you don't want to see those globals at all. Did I put Sky Temple up twice? I realize that. No. Yes. Okay, there we go. It's sorted out. They're right next to each other. That's at least the excuse I'm going to go with. Also, hi Aura Windrunner. I hope you're doing well this evening. But let's see where we go. I am ready to go. Both teams are poised and in position. We're just waiting for them to both give the R symbol of ready. Or a pirate. Thank you, Weenus, for the 69 biddies. Love that from you. You're my top bit donator now. How does it feel? But, right. Looks like one team's ready. Just waiting on the last one. We're nearly there. Drum roll. I'm not doing that again. So, we do have first pick, obvious. So it looks like map pick went to Rendition Inquisition again. It's probably something I should mention. First pick is, once again, for the side of CM After Dark. So, will be an interesting one. I do like that somehow for every single map, Rendition Inquisition's ended up with map pick, and CM After Dark's ended up with first pick. But I guess if it worked out for Rendition Inquisition there, may as well keep that momentum with that idea and keep going. Cursed Hollow, let's go. Let me jump it on into the game. Well, draft, shall we? It really started there without me expecting it, so a little bit surprised. Sorry, I'm going to mute myself while I sneeze. There we go, sneeze over. Let's see what is getting banned out first, as the teams do have a little bit of decision to make here. Is my delay longer than 30 seconds? Interesting. Right. And we see Garrosh is banned out first. Do like a good Garrosh ban. It's always a fun one to see. Is my stream frozen? No, there we go. Next ban. Oh my gosh, I'm dumb. Never mind. Next ban. What was we seeing from Rendition Acquisition? Also noting Garrosh is banned each time. Tracer being banned again. They're really not a fan of that Tracer. That Tracer must have seriously hurt them in that first map, as they have gone every time. You know what? Nah. Not a fan, eh? Really not a fan. Yeah, but it happens. Sometimes you run into a hero you think not going to be a problem, and then they are. Then we see Anduin banned out, so we may see something like a Leoric Entomb. We may see a Varian kind of blow-up style comp. We may see ETC again. Because I know they did like ETC that first time. No, there's no Joanna ban yet. Never mind, I take it back. There's that Joanna ban. But I imagine, what are we going to see here? Maybe Brightwing picked up. There it is. What are we going to see on the other side? Maybe Dahaka picked up. Maybe, what else could we possibly be? Stukov? Stukov's always a good one to ban, to pick up. But you don't need to pick up the healer immediately now. As you do have... Oh, actually, you may want to if you don't want it to be banned out. Yep, there's a Stukov and Hogger. I did forget her and Felian did play Hogger first map, and it did actually very well. So, what are we getting next from the side of CM After Dark? Keep in mind, Hogger can spin out of things such as Tassadar Wall and Entomb, so not always the best thing to go into. I like the Blaze pickup, so this is likely an off-lane Blaze if we see Weenus on it. So we're going to get a damage. Jaina. Actually, no Sylvanas this time, unless, of course, Jonas is going to pick up Sylvanas in a bit, which we'll see how that one goes. Third ban by Rendition Inquisition. What are we going to get? Clock is ticking. 5, 4. ETC is banned out, which after that first map, very understandable, especially with Blaze. That would be a very potent combo to go into. Do we see a Nubarak picked up then by CM After Dark? Rendition Inquisition, maybe Jaina again? I know Chipcrunk obviously did play it first map, and it actually worked out pretty well with that first map. Just waiting patiently, seeing what this is. Lunara. Yep, Nihilist did very well on that. And Stitches. Stitches want to play. I'm a fan of Stitches. I love a good Stitches. Hell, I'm going to tell my friend Dixie to stay here. Oh, by the way, Stitches. Because honestly, Stitches is such a fun one to see happen. As well, Stitches can get a lot done. As if one hook can actually snowball any fight. But of course, you need to hit that hook. If you don't hit it, the fight will be definitely more difficult. And we see Sonya and Zeratul picked up the end. So I imagine we're going to see a little bit of shuffle around between Tiger and Venus, because I have seen Venus actually play Sonya before. Which, yeah, fair enough. Sonya is a good one. Yep, he has indeed seen the Stitches. I can see just, my boy! But yep. Right, final pickup, Tessida. Tessida did very well on the first map. I imagine he's going to do very well again. Second map, he's going to do very well again. This one, but we'll have to see where that goes. So, from the two comps, we have... Oh, this will be interesting. I think in terms of macro, it may be in CM after Dark's favor. But if this game is a quick one, it'll be Rendition Inquisition. Especially if Stitches can find that hook. If Stitches can find that hook, it makes it definitely in their favor. But what I'm going to do is roll the opening credits sequence. I'll meet you in the game.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light
Dead
bulb.
here. Four-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, here's Light Bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man Light Bomb. They're going to follow up, and they're going to get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead.
So, on the left-hand side of Rendition Inquisition, we have Nihilist on Lunara. Chip Crunk is on the Stitches. Her and Thalion on the Hogger. Robot Ninjas is on the... I'm making like the Stukov. There we go, Stukov like silence animation. And then we see OSG Boy. Actually, it's not on the healer this time, but they are on Tessida. Now, the other side, we do see Venus on Blaze. Aura is, like, if it wasn't a swap then, Aura is on Jaina. Tiger is on the Sylvana. No, not Sylvana, Sonya. Jonas is on Zeratul, and Brightwing takes Vision bottom, and that is Death Punisher. It's like Venus taking a decent amount of damage, Jonas does spin onto him as well, and then we see the Huron Thalion just spins through that wall. As we said, walls mean nothing to a null that can just phase through all of reality. Nice spear by Tiger, getting a decent amount of damage onto Nihilist. We're getting a ping, retreat ping coming out, which I can only imagine is the team going, Nihilist, don't die, please. Don't want to see that one now, bud. Not quite the time to die. Which, understandable. You never want any of your players to die, but we see Nihilist is actually getting slapped a little by Hogger. We see Aura is being run down by her and Valiant and Robot Ninjas. Robot Ninjas does hit a very good W. That's Silence doing a decent amount of damage. But it's not Silence build. It's actually Reactive Ballista Spores. Not something you see as often recently, but it's something that can still get away. Will still do quite a bit. That we do have, in terms of stacking, Static Charge once again picked up by Tessida. We also have Fingers of Frost Jaina with her baseline quest. Stitch is actually going Savor the Flavor. Not something you see often at all, and actually very much almost incentivizes a brawly style of Stitches instead of that kind of pick style, which I do like the pickup of it. And we can see it's getting that pretty stacked already. Now we can see Zeratul and Death Punisher already doing their siege camp. Well, siege camp already been done. They're now on their bruiser camp, so getting a camp advantage there. Meanwhile, we see Venus is there to kind of interrupt a rotation, but moves out of a bush right as they pass. A little bit unfortunate of a timing there, but we can see fours are through for roughly the same time for both teams. And we're getting that old Zeratul cleave build, so very much he's going to be team fighting this game. And he's actually got pretty good wave clear with it. Meanwhile, Aura's doing their best to get what globes they can. Her and Thalion getting pretty low. Part of that Blizzard hitting them, but fortunately, that is not a dead Hogger. The Null gets to live, and Venus and Tiger are here to kind of get rid of these. And unfortunately for Nihilist, they have to back, just due to the amount of health they have. Interesting, we see Brute Force by Hogger. Not something you see very often, but I guess I missed it last time. Oh. Brightwing dead. Dear little dragon. He may be building offlane stitches, that is true, but otherwise there's not really any tank on the side of him. And even then, we do see Tenderizer is picked, so there's no guarantee there is offlane stitches. Tenderizer is something you see a bit more from main tank stitches. If you see something like the auto attack, not the auto attack, the trait talent at level 4 or the slam talent level 4, that's typically more indicative of the offlane build being used. Chip Crunk getting very aggressive, target able to get through gates. As Death Punisher goes, you know what? No hook. Polymorph. No hook. But no, we see Aura and Weenus cleaning up mid. Both of them are actually running out of mana and going to need a reset soon. Meanwhile, her and Thalion has been left alone bottom and is actually getting a decent amount done down there. But it looks like Yonas is not going to give him away, give too much. Let him get away with too much, I should say. As they run in, do a little spin, do a little dance, and they get out. Actually, putrefaction is picked up. Did I forget to run a prediction? I'm gonna run one now. I don't care. I'm not gonna actually run out of standby. As G-Boy getting relatively low, we see a cleanse coming out, and that will be Tassadar going down first. We see Robin is trying, but Jonas does Beyblade onto them. Nice charge by Weenus. Doesn't quite find anything, but did leave a lot of oil on the ground. Corn BP, because that really happened. Then Robot Wizard gets taken down next, and we see Chip Crunk, Nihilus, and her and Thalion having to back out as they are going to quickly go down. There's a stun. Nice kill. Chip Crunk soon to follow, and that is Chip Crunk going down. You know what? I may find something else. So, actually, you know what? We're going to do a different prediction this time, because I've left it way too late for predictions of the game. How many... Yes, this is a good one. I'm going to park it up here because this looks like we're going to get a decent amount of fight, but no, Target and Weenus does leave. Camps are back up. We see Zeratul has started, and we can see Jaina is going to push into her and Thalion a little bit. Right, sorry. Delayed. There we go. It's not the standard who will win, who will lose, but it is something very different. How many stacks of E will Stitches end with? So it's a little bit more of an interesting one. Not guaranteed to go either way. But he's already at almost 10. He's at 9 already, and we're at level 10 just now. Keep in mind, it can get a little bit faster for Stitches to do that as they go along. We see Jonas does get a nice time stop. A nice Void Prison out, and that is a bit late on the Void Prison being dropped. Ring of Frost didn't quite find it, but OSG Boy does get down. We do see Leap going on Chip Crump. If actually 2 people get down, we do keep in mind Stitches did get a stack there, so he's doing pretty well getting a stack still. But that is a very good combo. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of lax timing on the Void Prison being dropped, but that's okay. Sometimes it just happens. We see Massive Shove does come out, doesn't quite get there. Right. In terms of heroics, Brightwing did go Blink Heal, Leap Sonya, Combustion Blaze, which is a very interesting one, Ring of Frost on Jaina, and Void Prison Zeratul. Now, on the other side, we do have Gorge on Stitches, which can always be scary no matter who you are, especially if they're gates up. But keep in mind, Objective will probably make that a bit worse. Other than that, we do see Archon Tassadar once again, Shockwave on the Hogger, Massive Shove Stukov, and Thornwood, Vine, and Lunara once again. It's definitely a weird, stranger build, but it did work out for them last map, so it may well work out for them again. Stargo doing a little bit of a spin, getting that wave down. We can see Boss being done instead of going to Objective. I do like this. I do like this choice instead. Weenus is running down Nihilist. As we see a Blaze running down... We see a Firebat just running down a deer. Just like going, nah, man, get out of here. I like Venison. But no. we do now have the team of CM After Dark has completed their boss. Meanwhile, this one's still going, and Venus will know what's happening, but he is not willing to really go in there. And Rendition is actually going to go down. However, boss is taken before the side of CM After Dark can get there. Quite close, but no cigar. Venus now in danger, having to charge out. You can see objective will be called in the next few moments. Oh, we got some 25 or more believers. I do like that. We can see fighters going out. Nice. Void Prison. Ring of Frost once again a bit too early. However, the Blaze charge was not. As Blaze does start the charge, goes for Void Prison, gets stopped, and then continues charge. Venus and Yon is getting relatively low. However, Chip Crunk is even lower, and they will go down. Venus, don't keep going in, you maniac. But no, Venus does back up. And we do see objective is up. If either team gets this, it is Curse for them. Curse just pulled now. We see Hogger and Venus. Well, as really is their name. We see her and Thalion and Venus going up. We see Boss is getting defended in both of these lanes. But it will go down roughly the same time. However, Venus will not have help for a little bit longer. Nice combustion as her and Thalion taking a bit too much damage and will go down. Wait, what build is it? Yeah, Zeratul was that cleave build, teamfight build. That's right. Death Punisher is getting this objective. And that will be the first curse of the game. Going over to the side of CM After Dark. Right. We know where they are. Camp is being done by CM After Dark. And yes, actually, if it didn't conquer, you are correct. Thank God he didn't choose that. Venus having to back out. Chip Crunk does get hook onto Tiger. Not quite who they're looking for, but it is who they're found. We see a nice Ring of Frost by Jaina. That is Tassadar barely holding on. They do have 30 spell armor thanks to Oracle, I believe. I'll check in a few moments, but we do see Leap coming up from Sonya. And actually, that was Stukov going down as well. Mid-massive shove. Chip Crunkers next go down. Nihilist actually getting relatively low as well. Yonas can go for war if they so desire. But no, that is Rendition doing the best. Gets a nice 4-man shockwave. But no one goes down. In fact, it's just Huron going down. Let's have a look. It is indeed Oracle at level 13, which helps him a lot. Which helps Tassadar a lot in terms of survivability. 30 spell armor passively is relatively strong. Think about Garrosh. Garrosh is known for his armor and why that makes him such a good tank. Okay, also his throwers, but armor definitely makes him a good tank. And we can see now that CM After Dark now has to ask the question of, what do we do next? They don't have any camps up just yet. The next one's Bruiser in about 40 seconds or so if I go off it and it starts ticking again. But everything else is really pushed out. Like, you see Brightwings just resetting for mana. In general, resetting, not a bad idea. And we can see now they are slowly making their way over to Bruiser, but even then, there's not much you can do about it. Chip Crunk is checking that bush. We can see now we're going to get some good old gank bushes coming up, which, if you are CM After Dark at this point, you don't really have too many other options. Because look how safe they're playing as well. Oh, Void Prison coming out. When it's charging. Hits the deer immediately. And even with 75 spell armor, that is Lunara try their best to hold on. We see him going down. Leap coming up for Sonya. Actually hits Stukov in the process. Does manage to get out of danger as well. And actually that's Robot Wizard going down. Tiger barely holding on. Death Punisher does use Blink onto him so he gets survived. Venus, nice charge onto her and Thalion. We see Aura's pulled in. Jaina probably not the most survivable, but there will be Tiger going down tower shots. But in the same process, Hogger goes down. So sure, you lost one hero in eventually, but you took down 3 in the process, being both damage and the Bruiser, the offlaner of Rendition Inquisition. Oh, Hook nearly found its way, but we do see Polymorph came out, and Chip Crunk wasn't able to pull anyone in. Right, so, as I said, I'm surprised it's an objective map. As I said, the macro map may prefer CM After Dark. So what's really happening now is Chip Crunk needs to find these hooks. If they can get 1 or 2 good hooks, like, Chip Crunk's getting some really good hooks, but they need to find those squishies. Because finding the front line hasn't really done too much. Sonya leaped out once, managed to spin out the second time. They didn't quite survive the third time they ended up going in. But still there's a decent amount, and now we can see that is that Centaur Wisp being taken down. Chip Crunk goes for the hook onto Aura, Aura turns a corner, and actually that is a Gorge onto Brightwing immediately. Will Brightwing be able to get up? They do blink heal out, and we do see Aura jump, just plops a W directly on the heads of the team, but doesn't quite do too much. Void Prison is back up in a few moments. Venus doesn't quite find the charge. Oh, there is Anyone else in the time stop? Nice Ring of Frost. It does actually find a few heroes here. We see that is the Stitches and the Stukov being taken down, but we see Lunara soon to follow. Bears for 4th, and does her and Felian go down. Bats for 5th, and we may actually just get a push for Bruiser Camp and an end call. Oh man. So I haven't opened this. I haven't opened it yet, but what do we think it is? I'm gonna wait until the very end to see what happens with the Stitches E-Quest. I can feel like someone may be getting a bit of a payout here, but we do see that's Fort going down, or keep going down, sorry. Core being pushed into now by the side of CM After Dark. As Jonas is getting what damage they can. Ween is a Tiger as well. And that's Core quickly going down. Death Punch, of course, GG. Let's have a look now. It was 14 stacks, so that is actually the non-believers winning. As GG's called by both sides. Well played, both teams. Right, let's swap it over to game summary screen. Does it show it here? No, it doesn't. Either way, it is less than 25. So let's click that there. Complete. So, in the end, it was the side of CM After Dark taking it out 2-1. Very good start. Well, actually, very rough start for them. It was a very rough first map, but they did eventually come out with 2 very good team fights. Battlefield Eternity, however, never really looked in their favor. It was definitely a difficult one. And then Cursed Hollow, you can see how they did there. 70k Siege on Lunara, 83k on Jaina. I'm going to plot myself in Discord and see if anyone wants to join me. Let's go at CM interview and see if anyone is willing to join us. Even though I'm terrible at interviews, but I've got to get myself out of my comfort zone. Got to make myself better at it. And we actually have Aura joining us. Hi, Aura. How are you doing today? I did not even see you come in. I can't hear anything when I do have OBS open, so that's unfortunate. I don't hear people coming in. So, you are welcome. How are you guys feeling after that series? Yep. That last game was definitely very well played. But the first one, however, quite a rough first 13 to 16 levels, wasn't it?
We had a little bit of indecisiveness in what we wanted to do on that map. I don't know if we've actually played on that map, or if we have, it might have been on a game like that I wasn't on. I actually just recently became a starter for After Dark, so if they played on it, like I guess when they played this team at the beginning of the season, I wasn't here, so I don't know what that experience was like, so I can't give you that insight, but
I've been told I did mess up my audio, so we do have Aura with us because I did mess that up. They'd say actually they're trying new things with the compositions. They're all telling me we can't hear them, even though I said just fixed it now, and people are forgetting that there is a 30-second delay on this stream. But no, it is fixed. Aura was quite happy with how it went. But the last 2 team fights at the end of that first map, did that kind of help make you guys go, actually no, we're going to be fine this series, or was that kind of helping with all in all how it was going to go?
Well, we're kind of it wasn't that we were definitive, but I think once we knew what we wanted to do, which was the VP into the ring, into like a Blaze stun, like, you know, Sonya leap. We knew what we wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So I know, like, we didn't actually like really nail it till maybe that last one where we nailed the VP in the ring. Mm-hmm. But we knew what we wanted to do. So we knew even if somebody missed something, that somebody else's was probably gonna land. So I think definitively knowing how we wanted it to play during a team fight, and I think once we got the level ahead, especially when we were that 16 different, you know, choosing to invade at the level advantage and everything. So we were just a lot more decisive in that last game. I don't think it was like for me personally, I never go into a game saying we're gonna win or we're gonna lose, because I don't think you can have that mindset appropriately, because it affects how you play and react and everything. So
Yeah, that's actually pretty reasonable way to go into things. Now, I brought this up with my chat. The second game, I want to know, is there any reasoning why Venus went Protector of Aya at level 1 and not Amateur Opponent?
the conversation is that potentially not knowing who their offlane was, that Sylv was going to be the offlane, which was me. So that way he could get stacks in the 4-man. And then the fact that it was Varian, then the thought was, okay, well, maybe might be able to get stacks, or at least until 7, and then we can swap. I think in the second game we were just a little bit indecisive, and we had pretty good race even without him being amateur opponent. So I don't think it was like really like an argument between the team, but maybe just a preference. I know a lot of people like to see amateur opponent, but
yeah, and then he also went not suppression pulse, but the other one was also definitely an interesting choice.
Yes, I think the reason, I can't speak for Awenas, but
Obviously
I
not.
personally liked that choice because it for example, it kept a lot of them back, or when it's that single target ability, I feel like it pushes people to reposition themselves, and when with our essentially having like a Diablo and in Ming and stuff like that, it allows us to either capitalize on the person repositioning or capitalize because somebody has to move back because the beam's on them. So I wasn't totally against that decision myself, but
Okay.
I don't know if he has a better reason why he picked it.
He's
but,
always welcome to come defend himself in my DMs later.
I tried to get somebody else to come to this interview, so.
No worries. It's always, everyone goes, no, you could do it, it's fine. You're like, but I don't want to. Anyway, is there kind of any closing remarks you want to make, or any thanks or anything like that?
I mean, I always like to thank all the teams. Like, I mean, I always say in all the chats, like, go teams. Like, it doesn't matter what team you're on. Like, at the end of the day, we're all here to play video games and win and lose and learn and stuff. And I just hope that everyone has a good season, and, playoffs are coming up soon. And, I don't know if, either, we or, I don't know who's going to be in them, but
well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. 2 more rounds, I believe, for a... I should know, I'm the division moderator here, but I believe it's 2 more rounds for a West. Wait. No, it's 3, I think. I think you guys get an extra
3.
week.
Yeah, I think we have an extra week.
Yeah, you guys do have an extra week to complete your games. That is correct. Look at me go, not even remembering the rules for my own division. Anyway, I want to thank you for coming and joining me, Aura. It's been lovely having you.
Yeah, thanks for casting us.
Have a good rest of your evening.
You too.
Bye. But that will be it for me for now, and Venus, it still almost worked out in saying that, like, still some good choices, and did definitely make Rendition, Inquisition think about what they needed to do that second map. But as we saw, it is a 2-1 to CM After Dark. Well played for both teams. Thank you for such a fun series. But that is going to be it for me for now. I have been your host, V-Line Bus. And to everyone who's watching, I wish you a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world, because time zone's a bit weird, because not evening for me, but evening for Aura. You get the general gist. But for everyone else, I will see you all in the Nexus. Goodbye for now.